What's up everyone, Ninja here, and today I'm here to do my Night of Champions results and review, and it would just be called the Night of Champions review on the video, and here we go. I've probably got some gameplay up. I'm not sure what match I'm going to be doing. I'll decide that later, but alright, I'd just like to open up with the pre-show, which started off with free MB, and tons of funk. And to be honest, this is what surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre. I thought it was going to be Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal due to Drew McIntyre getting into a real life scuffle with Alberto Del Rio. That's why Alberto Del Rio's eyes were black and all that, and but ended up with. And then all of a sudden, tons of funk came out, which was the second team in the match, and they beat Free MB, which I kind of predicted was going to happen. And then, alright, I just want to give my prediction first before I go on. I actually predicted that the real Americans were going to win, just because I am a fan of Antonio Cesaro. Well, I actually thought this would have worked. They win. They do a thing where Zeb Colter's just talking shit about Roman Reigns and all that, and then all of a sudden it's like a brief face turn, and then all of a sudden they're healed then all of a sudden they're a heel on Raw. So I just wanted to see, maybe I kind of thought they wanted to do a thing where they see how people would react if the Shield were a face and all that, but it didn't happen. Well, I'll just go on. Next up, the Real Americans came out, and then eliminated tons of funk. Then the Usos came out. There was a lot of people saying the Usos were going to win because the build up that they had and all that. So, but the Usos, I'm not sure which one it was. One of them tapped out, and they are no longer wearing that face paint that we see them wearing. So that's actually good. Well, I don't really mind the face paint. I just think, why are they wearing face paint and all that? But let's carry on. After that, and then the Primetime Players came out, and the Primetime Players won, and I was just like, okay, this would be fun. This would be fun, because the big rumor was that the Primetime Players were going to be tag team champion. We're going to beat whoever bit the Shield for the tag team titles. That was the big rumor that was going around, and I was like, okay. And plus, I hope this rumor's not true that they're going to make the Great Khali and Hornswoggle tag team champions. I just hope that rumor's not true. But we never know. I just hope it's not true, because Great Khali was just bad as World Heavyweight Champion. And he needs a mouthpiece again. And I don't mean Italian Hornswoggle. I mean like someone like, maybe someone that speaks his language, that can translate from. Like, he had Regin Sai, who's the writer for Raw, and I think they had Davari as well. I'm not sure. I don't know why I'm talking about. And then all of a sudden the show opened up with Triple H coming down with King of Kings, and to me it felt like he turned face during this promo he was cutting, because he was talking about the matches, saying that saying that there will be no interference, there'll be no Shield, there'll be no Big Show, there'll be no one. And I was like, I'm like, oh, that's good. That's good. So they could do a thing where Orton wins cleanly. And then all of a sudden Paul Heyman came out and said, oh, I want you to cancel. And he was like, oh, I want you to cancel the match with me and Curtis Axel and CM Punk, because Brad Max just made it a no disqualification match. And then Triple H was like, okay. And then all of a sudden Curtis Axel was just talking, and then all of a sudden Triple H was like, I seem to have made a mistake. After all, this pay-per-view is Night of... Wait, I'll do the Triple H voice. After all, This pay-per-view is Night of Champions. And if I'm not mistaken, every championship is on the line. So Curtis Axel, the first guy I see, you'll defend your championship against. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure we all knew it was going to be Kofi Kingston, because Kofi Kingston was on the poster. And if you have been reading my tweets on Twitter or my YouTube comments and the live streams, I'm just like, why is Kofi on the poster when he's got a match? It's because they wanted it to be a surprise. They wanted to make us think that, but they did put it in. So so that was quite cool. So that was actually quite a surprise that they did that at the start. But what else? What else happened? And plus, I think I also said in my tweet, what's next? JTG on the WrestleMania Fairy poster. I think WWE should just release him, because I'm pretty sure he's only had like one match this year and he lost. And you should see people's Twitter comments whenever JTG is on like Superstars or Main Event or in a dark match. People are like, he's still in here? He's still in this company? which I find quite funny. Who else we have? And then Kofi Kingston came out, which was good, and I knew Curtis Axel was going to win. And something I found quite funny was during the match, one of Kofi Kingston's dreadlocks fell off, and I'm just like, yeah, this is like that match that with Mark Henry and Undertaker. I think it was that match that one of Mark Henry's dreadlocks fell off. But here we go. Kofi Kingston did the SOS, got the pin. Curtis Axel kicked out of a near fall, and then Curtis Axel got the neck breaker and won, so he retained, which was pretty obvious that he would have retained, because I don't see the point of making him lose and then have him eliminated by Punk. What was after that? What was the match after that? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what match was after that. Wait, what happened? I'm trying to remember what happened after that, to be honest. Oh yeah, and I remember now. They did a promo backstage with AJ Lee going, "Oh, we're gonna show those divas that you don't need fame to get over." And they're like, "Oh, well, this is your battle, not ours." I think it was Alicia Fox, Oksana, and Layla. And here's the thing. With the divas, they just don't care. They just randomly make heel turns for no reason. And then you had AJ Lee, Natalya, Brie, and Naomi. I swear that Michael Cole botched. In this. Because he was in Chris Jericho, 8-time Intercontinental Champion, and also Natalya did the double sharpshooter in the match. He was like, "We have never seen something like this before," and I was just like, "Huh?" That's gonna end up on Botchamania, because we've seen it at TLC and what's it called, Royal Rumble. We've seen it at those pay-per-views. I'm not sure which year it was. I think it was 2011, I think. Or 2012, it's one of those, I'm not sure. And then he's like, I've not seen a different variation. And then Jello was like, I've not seen a different variation of a sharpshooter before. And I was just starting to think, what about the ring post sharpshooter that Bret Hart did to the Undertaker? And plus, they pretty much do it on TNA all the time. I think they do it on TNA quite a lot, and plus Ring of Honor, I think they did it. Not really sure, but AJ Lee ended up getting the Widow's Peak. Is it called the Widow's Peak? I'm not sure, I can't remember. But she ended up winning, and that's it. Well, just let you know, if I forget anything, put it in the comments and I may do a video about that, specifically on that. Next up, it was Rob Van Dam versus Alberto Del Rio, and then you had Ricardo Rodriguez teaching Rob Van Dam at the back Spanish, and okay, getting taught Spanish. And Ricardo Rodriguez's arm was actually broken. I'm just gonna get a drink. During the match, and also this was my favorite part of the match, because I remember, I think I mentioned one of my TNA events I went to with my family, with my parents and all that. It was a match with Scott Steiner and Gunner versus RVD and Crimson, where RVD put Scott Steiner on the barricade and did a swinging leg drop. He did that tonight, and it was just and it was amazing. I liked it. And also there was times I kept thinking it looked like it botched, but I'm starting to think maybe it was supposed to be like that, because he did a moonsault, but he went head first into Del Rio's face, and I was starting to think, is that a botch? But sometimes you get botches that are not noticeable that will still make the match okay, and matches that are, and that just can't get out of your head and all that. And also Rob Van Dam went for the split-legged moonsault, and then went for the frog splash. Del Rio had his knees up, got the cross arm breaker. Rob Van Dam got to the ropes, and the referee counted 5. Del Rio was disqualified, and all of a sudden, I started to think, oh, Rey Mysterio's going to come out and save the day. And then all of a sudden, Ricardo Rodriguez with a chair attacks Del Rio. And I was like, okay. And then he did and also Rob Van Dam did the Van Daminator. So I'm just thinking, and I actually predicted RVD would win, but I think it was either RVD wins and Damien Sandow cashes in, or RVD wins by disqualification, leading to a match at Battleground. And I was starting to think, Del Rio's down, why not cash in right now? But I'm pretty sure they're doing something with Damien Sandow for Battleground or something. Next up, they booked a random match with The Miz and Fandango. Well, to be honest, I wanted to see Fandango win, but I just knew they were going to make The Miz win. Nothing much. Miz just did the sharpshooter and won. Next up, we have the no disqualification elimination handicap match, and if Paul Heyman does not compete, he will be fired. Well, here's the thing. So far we had like Curtis Axel beating CM Punk with the candlesticks, which I'm pretty sure they just throw candlesticks under the ring now, because that's all I see now. Because it used to be chairs that you would see all the time, but now it's candlesticks. So chairs were 2008. It's now candlesticks now. That's funny. Alright, so we just seen a bunch of candlesticks around the ring, and CM Punk's getting beaten by them, and then all of a sudden, CM Punk out of nowhere eliminates Curtis Axel, and then he chases Paul Heyman around the arena. I ended up in the crowd, and all that, and plus CM Punk was just torturing Paul Heyman. He was just torturing Paul Heyman throughout this match, and all that, and it was just quite funny, I have to say. But also we had, and then also there were just so you know, my prediction was for Curtis Axel to be eliminated, but Paul Heyman to get the win. Here was the thing: there was rumors that there was going to be a new Paul Heyman guy, and I was thinking it was either going to be Corey Graves or Matt Morgan, because Matt Morgan left TNA. He's a free agent, and plus he's been negotiating with WWE about I think it's his third run, because I think he was in TNA. Not TNA, WWE. Then he like left for a while, and then came back with the stuttering gimmick, and that all of a sudden killed his career. And all of a sudden he was released, went to TNA, became a big name. I think he was like, he wanted to go for the title. I think they wanted to have him win. I think they wanted him to win the title. Plus, I think he won the tag title. I think he had the tag titles by himself once he was like defending them by himself in TNA. Here we go. So, and plus, there was actually rumors going around that Paige could low blow CM Punk and put him through. Maybe I was starting to think if my three picks were to interfere and become a Paul Heyman guy were Matt Morgan, Corey Graves, or Paige. I could have thought Paige would have just give CM Punk a low blow and thus making Paige the Paul Heyman girl, because I heard that WWE didn't want, because Jim Ross said Paige will not be a future diva in the WWE just now due to her being under 21. And said she recently, I think she turned 21 last month, and so I was starting to think maybe this is the time to bring her in. Because I heard that they wanted her and Adrian Neville to debut soon, because they are two great talents. Paige has to be my favorite diva right now. Plus the TNA ones are quite good as well. Like Gail Kim, Mickey James was quite good. I didn't really mind her. I just like any diva that's from the Ruthless Aggression era or has that special thing that makes them different from the rest. That's it. Like Lita, you had Lita and Trish Stratus, you had the Tara. I heard the Tara may be coming back, and I never knew she was 40 years old. But let's go. Let's carry on. But it wasn't them three. It was Ryback. Yep. So I think Paul Heyman. I think and I think it may be the new Paul Heyman guy. Oh, and I forgot to mention that CM Punk put Paul Heyman in handcuffs, and Ryback like speared CM Punk into the table, and I think CM Punk's back was all bleeding and it was cut open and all that, and I was just like, whoa, and all that. So, and also Ryback like puts Paul Heyman on top of CM Punk. Paul Heyman got the win, and Ryback just carried Paul Heyman backstage. I swear Ryback's gotten stronger since last year, because at a house show he couldn't even do the shell shock to Paul Heyman. Next up we had the United States Championship with Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose. To be honest, I thought Dean Ambrose was going to win. I knew Dean Ambrose was going to win. Dean Ambrose defeated Dolph Ziggler, nothing much. And no, I don't want to update my Java. I don't even use the Java anymore. Next up, we had the Shield versus the Primetime Players, and to be honest, I thought there were two ways I thought this could have went. One was the Primetime Players would win, and the other one was the Shield, where the Primetime Players would win by disqualification, or the Shield will win, or the Shield will retain. So So the Shield retained and all that, and plus there were times where I thought this is it. The Prime Templars are gonna win, but they didn't. Well, they didn't. But the Shield retained. Next up, it was Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan, and here is the thing. I was almost falling asleep during this match. I'm not saying it was a bad match. I'm just saying it was because I was really tired that day, and plus barely got to sleep the night before. So here we go. We got, and I remember bits of it. I remember the referee was down for a few seconds, and all of a sudden he got back up, which normally never happens. They usually replace the ref. And also, Dan Bryan pinned Randy Orton, got the really fast count, no one interfered, and Daniel Bryan's the new champion. So that is amazing. It's good to see Daniel Bryan the new champion and all that. It's just I just like how they're treating Daniel Bryan now. They're not they're treating him as a wrestler. Which is good. And also, this is a little thing for my fans. I've been the people have been subscribed to me since like when I started with like the Minecraft videos and all that. Whilst I was watching the pay-per-view, I made a drink that I have not made in a long time. I made it for my Minecraft videos, and I'm not sure if I've uploaded the whole thing, or I think the videos may be corrupted or something. So, but here's what happened. Well, you may remember that one time I had a Monster Lemonade, and if you're not sure what Monster Lemonade is where you put I got like this cup that I got from SeaWorld, and I put a whole can of Monster in it and mixed it with cheap lemonade, which tastes amazing. I love it. It's amazing. But this is the first time ever where I've actually drunken it and not playing Minecraft. I normally do it while I'm playing Minecraft, but alright. And if you like Minecraft, let me know, and I may do it again. I'm actually planning on returning Minecraft, and plus also maybe doing like wrestling related stuff with Minecraft. I think I've done some wrestling related stuff, but not recorded it. But alright, hope you've enjoyed this little review. I didn't do one for SummerSlam because I normally do either a prediction video or a review. So I did one with Tony Pizza and Rocco De Madera. I may put that in the playlist as well. But hope you've enjoyed this. See you later. Bye.